Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. What are the main pillars in education? My name is Dr. Martina. I'm the co-founder, CEO, and the designer of the school model of School Beyond Limitations. If you would like your child to live a fulfilled and a happy life, then this may be the channel for you. So what are the main pillars of education? I think the first thing that I would like to make ourselves aware is what is education all about? And if we look into the word education, it comes from the Latin word educare, which means pulling out, bringing to the surface, allowing a person to show the beauty within themselves. And we all know the quote that has been mentioned and that has been shared by Nelson Mandela when he built a new generation within South Africa by saying, that the education is really the most powerful weapon, in quotation marks, that there can be, because education transforms a society. So what are now the main pillars? And if we know that education can transform society, and I'm a firm believer that this is the case, and I would just like to share, maybe before we talk about the main pillars, about the feedback that I got also yesterday by talking to a family who spent 1.5 or 2 years now with us. And this family was saying, you know what we have learned through the experience within SBL is that education is more than what we thought it would be. It's not school alone, and that we can decide as parents what we would like our children to be exposed to with regards to education. So certainly, in my view, the main pillars are the following, and I would like to start from the person, from the holistic aspect. So it's really the learning to connect with oneself. I think that's the most important thing. We know that children are connected with themselves. We know that children do not question who they are when they are very young. They start questioning who they are when they get all this input from the outside world, when they get compared with others. So it's most importantly, I think, that we focus on the understanding, and this is what we are doing and trying to do at SBL, to allow a student to understand who they are. A child already knows who they are, but sometimes they forget about it, and we all forget about it. So it's about reconnecting them with their own essence and allowing them to show, to see, and to realize that they are already perfect the way they are, but we are here because that's still a raw crystal. I would maybe create this metaphor around it. So I have a raw crystal that's already perfect, but if I develop this raw crystal into a diamond, then this diamond can shine. Then that means that we should allow within education to give space to holistic education. What is holistic? Holistic encompasses the entire human being. So I care about the spiritual aspect of the human being, the physical well-being, the psychological well-being, and the social well-being, of course, as well, and emotional well-being. And this means that a student learns to understand, to give space and time for that. I just had a conversation now as well with another family whose son is graduating at the end of this school year, who said to me, we are so grateful for what our son was able to learn with you, because the feedback that we got from the future employer was that this person stands out. She has never encountered, such a young person who is so self-confident and yet so open and so keen and curious and forward-looking and solution-orientated as this young man. So it's really about showing, with regards to the pillar of learning to be, instilling within each student, within each human being, that we need to train our muscles with regards to that, to all the holistic aspects. Personal development is at the core, and personal development allows for a student then to see that we are all kind of connected, that it is important that they establish a good relationship with themselves in the first place, that they see the beauty of themselves, and that they also then build up this understanding that there is the same beauty within anybody else as well. And that helps them create values and ethics, and integrity, and the willingness to then bring their beauty, their essence, their talents, their interests, their competencies into the world. And that takes us to another pillar. Okay, I'm learning to be, and by learning to be, I actually also apply what I'm learning in the physical world. So I understand that I need to apply my skills. That's not only about the intellectual skills and competencies, it's really about applying the knowledge that I learn intellectually and bringing them into reality. So doing things, cooking, painting, writing, uh, climbing, becoming, when if I want to become a YouTuber, doing all the different things that I need to do in order to become a YouTuber, going out and ask for internships, apply yourself, go into working with people, ask to contribute in at a bar, do lots of different things, and understand that this is lifelong learning, that we have never finished learning. So it's about learning to be, learning to do, and then of course it's about learning to know. I need to know. So we at School Beyond Limitations always say we actually have everything already embedded within ourselves. So there is the wisdom within. But at the same time, of course, I need to be open to learn all the notions, all the information that comes to me, so that I master what is coming to me. I need to think critically. I need to always go beyond and ask, is what I'm learning here, what I'm reading here, what I'm hearing here, is this really something that is objective, that is in alignment also with what is within already? Because that's a very important and and essential part to know, is that we have everything, as I said before, within ourselves. There's wisdom, and our heart, our gut, tells us, our intuition also tells us already ahead of time whether something feels good, is good or not. So we should always, check and ask ourselves the questions: what I'm hearing from the outside, how does that resonate, and how can I apply that in order to create something new? So again, it's about then really developing the cognitive skills in such a way that they are embedded within the wisdom, that tacit knowledge then becomes explicit knowledge. I collaborate with others, and it becomes learning to live and learn together. So, I understand there are lots of different pieces, but I'm not alone. I'm not a standalone person. I'm connected with other people. And that is so extremely valuable and also important, that all the other people bring also talents, bring also interests and knowledge. And together we can create, a collaborative approach and learn together and learn to live together and create this kind of understanding that we establish a global citizenship by respecting the diversity, but also by understanding that at the end of the day, it is about looking at how best can we work together and can we transform then at the end also, our reality. So that's the fifth pillar I just talked about: learning to be, learning to do, learning to know, learning to live together. And that transforms into learning to transform ourselves and also society as a whole. And that's an emerging pillar more and more. And this is all encompassing what I said before, bring everything together. I understand that as one person, I can bring about change, but as a bigger group of people, I can bring about change even more. And that goes into how we lead and guide people, how we interact with people, how we communicate with one another, how we can develop a sustainable approach to reality, so that we safeguard our planet, we safeguard our universe, we safeguard this, the relationships among ourselves. So I really firmly believe that all these 5 pillars are essential in education. And to get back to the main question, if we really give space to all those 5 pillars: learning to be, learning to do, learning to know, learning to live together and work together, and learning to understand that we can then transform reality into something that shows us that we are, that there is no distinction between one another. We are, different people, we have different qualities, but all those differences then emerge and bring, unity into the field. And this is what we aim to do at School Beyond Limitations. We really emphasize the holistic education. We really want each student to bring their unique essence into the world in order for themselves to feel fulfilled, to feel happy, to find meaning in what they are doing, because we firmly believe that each person is already a crystal and each person can transform into a diamond by allowing this beauty within to come to the surface. So if you feel that this would be the right environment for your child, then reach out to us. You will find the website in the description. I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can indeed bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.